It's a promise, and we must always fulfill the promise to bring you the biggest fishes anywhere they are. If they are in the ocean, they are in the river, they are in the sea, we will bring them out. Today, I have the pleasure of having on the show Super Eagles' reliable defender, Troost Ekong. Uh, Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, and thanks for having me.
I don't know if you are aware of this, but you are the first foreign-born Super Eagles player to captain the national team. We've had foreign-born Nigerian players, Sujibanjo and the likes, but none of them ever got to captain Nigeria. Are you aware of this?
Yeah, someone told me actually some time ago. Yeah, for me, it's one of the biggest honors. It probably is the biggest honor in my football career to wear the band for Nigeria. But even just being part of the team is something that I'm very proud of and something that I worked very hard for on my club level. And ever since I've been part of this team in 2015, we still have Amin Musa, our captain, who's here. We have Kenneth Omaru, who's played in the team before me. He's won the AFCON, someone I respect very much. And we have some other senior figures, but I think after that, I think I'm probably now the most capped or near enough. So, yeah, you have a different role in the team and then a different role, kind of leadership. And then if the coach decides to choose me as a captain for certain games, then for me that's an absolute privilege.
We started out with the Dutch youth team. I saw you play for the under-18, under-19.
Yeah.
Then you decided to switch to the national team. When you made that decision, what were those things that he told you about coming to Nigeria?
You know, the thing that was one of the most special moments as well in my career and the switch to Nigeria is that I had a phone call from Stephen Keshi at the time. He was someone that I looked up to. I was a legend. And also him being the big boss of the team at the time, for him to even take time to speak to me and said that he'd been watching me play. He would wanted to have me come to Abuja for the training camp. We had a game against Chad. So it was an absolute privilege. I remember coming off the phone and not believing that he wanted to speak with me. So, and then after that, the adventure started. So my first camp, I ended up making my starting debut against Chad. We won the game, and that's yeah, a lasting memory. And from there, I haven't really looked back. So I've been yeah, privileged to also be part of the Olympic team. And yeah, I wasn't part of the Nigerian youth setup because I was obviously playing for the Netherlands. But I think it's the best career choice I've ever made.
Did you just say you were not part of the Nigerian youth setup? Because you actually played for the Dream Team.
Yeah.
And that's also one of the youth setup. That's a stepping stone between under 17, under 20 and the Super Eagles.
Yeah, but I think the thing that was different is that I already played for the Super Eagles before I then played for the Dream Team. So yeah, to be part of that and win a bronze medal in the Olympics was special. But I think the order was slightly wrong because I'd already played for the Super Eagles then.
All right, good. So when you came, how was the adjustment like? Coming from European weather, where it's predominantly cold, to come play in Nigeria where it's well, it's summer-like usually, and then you have to go up north to Kano, all these places are usually hot. Did you suffer from the weather effect first of all?
No, because I think that's the one thing that people don't always know is that I spent a lot of time in Nigeria growing up. So by the time, you know, ever since I've been a baby, maybe 4 months out of the year, I would have been in Nigeria. My father still lives in Lagos. And we were always here to spend time with him. So, yeah, I think when I got called up to the Super Eagles, it was the first time I came to Nigeria to play football. But before that, I think it's been over 100 times I've been to Nigeria. So it was nothing new for me, culture, weather, food, people, pigeon. It was all things I'm used to. But yeah, I was just there to come here now to play football and to work, which was slightly different, and obviously coming here for enjoyment and spending time with family.
Which tournaments have you enjoyed the most playing for the Nigerian national? You played at the Olympics, you played at the World Cup. Which one really have you enjoyed the most?
They've all been special for different reasons. You know, I think being a part of the Olympic team was an amazing experience. Going to the World Cup was probably the highlight in the sense of which level we played at. Of course, yeah, us not passing the group stage, and I guess it kind of devalues that in some sense. Yeah, it's. I feel like every time we're getting closer and closer, and I would love to be part of a team that wins something at a major tournament.
Listen, you are the one who can tell us more about your family. Oh, whatever known, what you have read,
Yeah.
you know. Tell us your dad, your mom,
Yeah.
your siblings, and all that.
Yeah, so I mean, everybody knows. Obviously, I'm mixed heritage. My mom's Dutch, my dad's Nigerian. My dad lives in Lagos, so yeah, this for me is like being at home. My family's from Akwa Ibom, from Uyo. So whenever we played in Uyo, it's been very special for me because I can get to see a lot of my family. Yeah, I think that's really my story.
Now, your children. Did you advise them to play for Super Eagles, play for the Netherlands? Probably they are even born elsewhere and all. But let's try and project the future now. What will you be telling your children when they say, Dad, what should we play for? What country should we play for?
You know, first of all, they can make their own choice. I'm gonna make sure that they come to Nigeria enough so they know where they're from, and also what they'll be choosing. Yeah, and hopefully I'll have the privilege of them coming to watch me play for the Super Eagles. So I think if they've done that, then I think the choice will be very easily made, and I'm sure they'll be Super Eagles. But it's up to them, and yeah, I think if they want to follow in what I've done and seen all the great moments I've managed to experience being a Nigerian, I'm sure they'll make their choice too.
What Nigerian food do you know how to cook?
I've tried making jollof at home. Plantain, of course, easy. I haven't attempted a goosey soup yet, but I think, yeah, sooner or later I'm gonna have to try.
But jollof rice. Have you tasted Ghana jollof?
I don't think I have ever. I don't like to cheat, so I always say with Nigerian jollof.
Okay, who's your best Nigerian musician and what track do you like most?
Um, oh, there's so many. I think now, obviously, seeing Burna Boy on the world stage in the Champions League final, Davido, who I know personally as well. Yeah, there's too many. There's too many to choose from, and I don't want to offend anyone who might be ever hear this. But yeah, let me just say I listen to Afrobeats 90% of the time, and I think it's just also amazing that whenever I'm in Europe or wherever I am, it's so popular and it's really like Niger to the world.
Okay, my last question is going to be 3-1. What's your best game ever for the Super Eagles? What's your most difficult game ever for the Super Eagles? And you go you cherish most for the Super Eagles.
And I think the goal I cherish most is the goal against South Africa in the AFCON in the quarterfinal. Last minute to make sure that we went to the semi-final, I believe, if I'm correct. The game that I enjoyed the most, I think maybe would have been beating Argentina in Krasnodar 4-2 in a friendly in Russia. Yeah, that was an amazing experience. And the game that I liked the least, I think probably was playing against Argentina at the World Cup when they scored in the 86th minute. Hello, I'm William Troost Ekong, and please keep watching more sports.